All right, guys, what's up? It's Nitin. So we just had Evo this weekend. I returned. What day is it today? Today's Wednesday. Got back late Monday. Basically caught up on sleep, recovered yesterday, and here we are recapping everything that's going on. And I'll be talking about this in some other places too. So you'll want to keep an eye out for that. Probably later this week, early next week. But anyway, so if you were not following my Twitter this weekend, I posted a bunch of stuff that I got to check out. I posted the 3 new alts for Ari, Echo, Yasuo, talked about some of the changes I heard. There's some teases and stuff, so I kind of just wanted to go through some of the stuff I had, and we can kind of break it down that way. Yeah, let's do that. So first we have Ari's ult on Jinx, which was kind of crazy. Maybe it's just better to look at small. Looks, yeah, I think it looks really good, especially in person. The bitrate gets a little funky here, but like with the Jinx custom facial animation, really cool. Apparently they said they had a lot of fun with these with all the characters. I didn't test them on everybody just because during my testing time I kind of didn't want to spend it on doing stuff like that. I kind of wanted to see like what's up more with the gameplay, and we'll get into that soon. I have roughly an hour and a half probably worth of footage, which is mostly devs showing me stuff. Shout out to Koos and Vincent. They really helped me a lot, showing me a little bit of Echo stuff, a bunch of Vive stuff, a bunch of Ari stuff, and then I got some matches in with Vincent, which were pretty good. I think I got 1 game out of the whole thing, so he cooked me, but obviously a ton of hours in the game and everything. Really good player, and there should be some good gameplay there. So whenever they send that footage back to me, I'll share that too. But yeah, just little stuff like this was pretty cool. There's this thing here I noticed too in the new post screen. You can see there's team 1 and team 2 here. I kind of feel like in game this could definitely be edited. So you have like in ranked, you can maybe set a team name for you and your duo type of thing, which would be kind of cool. Or maybe it'll just say both players' names or something. Just little stuff like that is cool to see. It kind of makes you realize like, oh yeah, we're getting close to like the final version of this game. Granted, we're only getting closed beta in September, not full launch, but it's like kind of launch. It's a weird, I don't know what you guys want to call it. For all intents and purposes, the game's basically going to be out. And then this was kind of funny too. I tweeted this at 4:50. That would have been what, 1:50. So this was like 5 hours, like yeah, 5 hours ish into the day. And I was just standing at the booth and I realized like, oh wait, this character behind Vi looks a lot like the background characters in like the 2XKO stages. Oh, this is just the Zon stage, and they just like took a screenshot from it. So expect the Zon stage, and they even played the Zon theme during the music segment on stream. So it's not exactly like a big surprise they're trying to hide. They kind of are like blatantly teasing some stuff here, or what you would assume to be some blatant teases. This I think is pretty clear and indisputable. Like we're getting that stage. They played the theme. We saw it, you know. But it's interesting there wasn't like a formal announcement for it. So personally, I'm going to assume this is included in closed beta. Probably the first item on the battle pass, similar to the Noxus stage being the first item on the battle pass in Alpha Lab 2. That's just my guess. Maybe we just get it for free and there's another stage in the battle pass. I'm going to assume less on that front, but we'll see. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Also, on day 1, there was a Q&A with Sajam and the devs. It was Tom, Sean, and Sajam, and he took questions from Twitter. He posted about it like a week ago. And went over the questions with the team. I'm not gonna lie, if you want to read it through it all, I transcribed it all. I was just sitting up front and writing down trying to like summarize what they were saying or cover as much of it as possible, but I had to summarize some of it. I couldn't talk or type exact as fast as they talked. But yeah, if you want to read it, you can. I just don't think there's anything super juicy here. A lot of the stuff you've heard in one way or another before. Maybe there's like a bit more clarity on some things. Yeah, worth a check. And shout out to Sajam for shouting it out on his stream and Twitter. I appreciate that. It was nice to meet him too, even though that was really brief. Got to meet a few people, which was pretty cool. Also, I was officially in my first piece of 2XKO content. This has not happened yet until now. There I am. And I can only remember one of Vi's moves. Shieldbreaker makes so much sense. Whatever, man. Relentless Assault feels like her alt name. I don't even know what it is. I haven't checked since, but whatever. That was cool. I'm glad they asked me to do that. That was cool. They just kind of saw me near the booth and asked if I want to get in. I don't think it was because they like recognized me or anything. But shout out to Alex for asking me to do that. That was cool. And then also day 2, I got the opportunity. There's some other pictures here too, but got the opportunity to get the Red Bull best seats for MVC2 top 8, which is pretty cool. And this is I Heart Justice and his homies. I think Tiffany Lockhart's here. I see Nico B and some other gamers on this side, and then there's me sticking my head on the right. I wasn't really part of their group, but like it was split in half, and like me and my buddies are off to the right. So on my Twitter, you can see there's other pictures of me and the boys. But yeah, that was a really, really cool experience. MVC2 was really fun to watch. It would obviously, like you would hope for character variety, but there's not a ton of that in MVC2 at a high level. But the matches were quick and fun. You got to we were rooting for Combo Fiend and Clockwork, both devs of Tuco, and they ended up playing each other at one point, which is crazy. So there must have been a ton of shit talk when they got back in the office, I would assume. But that was really, 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 really fun. I enjoyed that. And then I got to meet my boy Diaphone in person, which is cool. And he gave me a shout out when I popped in his stream the other day. Let me play this.
Then the fucking prodigy of finding out shit about 2xko.
Big vouch, I guess. I don't know. That was cool. I got to chat with him a bit in person at the event, and later on also, which I guess I'll just show that first. Riot did actually invite me to the after party this year, which was crazy. Or I guess it was a watch party for Street Fighter 6 top 8. There were no setups there or anything. I'm pretty sure I could. Yeah, there was no NDA stuff anywhere. I'm pretty sure. But it was really, really cool to just go and chat with everybody. I got to talk to a bunch of the devs, a bunch of people in the scene, pros. Got to meet people like Cloud805. I've been chatting with him in the past. Nice to finally meet him in person. I got to meet Pew Pew U. Shout out Kevin. That was a really good chat. A bunch of the devs were all really, really cool. Especially Mike Henry was great to talk to for a while. Alex Jaffe was great to talk to for a while. Sean took the time to come say what's up and chat with me a bit, which was really, really nice. I got to meet Clockwork, which was kind of crazy because like I haven't been like super deep into the FGC forever, but I've been watching at least passively since like 2012, like probably even a little earlier, probably around 09, honestly. And seeing him back in the day in MVC and come full circle now, that was pretty cool for him to see me or be able to chat with me and stuff and know who I am was nice. So yeah, that was a really good time. A ton of imposter syndrome the whole time. I guarantee you, without a doubt, I was the least popular person, or not least popular, but like least known, least relevant person in the room. No question. So like outside of friends and family who aren't like actively trying to have like a social media presence or whatever. So yeah, that was a surreal experience. Hopefully I get to do something like that again. I really appreciate it. Yeah. And the drinks were awesome. I definitely felt it the next day. But one of the big takeaways, I'm not sure if you guys seen this yet. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter not know what this tease is that people are talking about. But they had this big map they posted by eBoy Arts, had them draw this up. And this is basically like an 8-bit artist rendition of like what the Evo show floor looked like kind of around 2xko. It's obviously exaggerated a bit. There's like way more 2xko setups outside. There's this art exhibit that obviously there was an art exhibit there, but it wasn't just for 2xko characters. And there's a ton of little references in here too. I'm sure if you look around, you'll see some people like Sajam, Tasty Steve, a bunch of the devs. I know like Leffen and Super Nooner are in here and stuff. So that was really cool. But they definitely threw a hint in here. It's pretty on the nose. So I don't know about you guys, but like with all these hats right here, yeah, it's definitely like they're not gonna put like Kappa juice in the game or something, right? Like, surely that's what we take away here. And it's funny too because they actually have Unruly here. I'm pretty sure there's a reference to him. Draggles in a reply acknowledged it. I think that there's a reference to him, and he was involved with the Yasuo leak. So it's kind of funny that he's involved with the quote unquote Kappa juice leak, right, guys? Pretty funny. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Outside of that, I got to I got to talk to Bruiser Minion a bunch again. Expect to see some stuff with him in the future. Shout out to him, really good chat. He helped me get some of the merch that I was actually missing. He got me the Tuco socks. I don't know if you guys saw, I probably should pull up that tweet too. I posted what I think is like the new biggest collection of 2XKO merch. Let's see here. Yeah, so this is basically everything I have right now for the most part, which is this pin collection on my backpack. We got the tote bag, 2 hoodies, one from this weekend, one from last Evo. The one from last Evo definitely is like a higher quality material, and like has like stitching for the logo and stuff. But this other one actually fits slightly better and is like, since it's not as pristine, I feel okay like wearing it out and stuff more. So that's great to have. Got this cool, I think it's called like a coach jacket, windbreaker type thing. 2 t-shirts, the fanny pack, all the lanyards, and then obviously last year I got the 2XKO Kitsune, which is pretty tight. And then here is where the pin collection is at currently. So I got Echo from last year, Echo from this year, Ari from last year, Ari from this year, Jinx, Vi, Braum, both Yasuo's, both Darius's, Alawi from this year. I need to get Alawi from last year. And I have the 2 Poros, the golden Poro and the regular Poro, which is really tight. And then this Chipotle one up here. And then I think there was another Chipotle one somewhere. Am I blanking? Yeah, it's on my lanyard actually, which is across the room. But it's basically a little burrito that has like a speech bubble that says please on it. And that's going to be in the game, which is actually kind of cool. But yeah, so that was kind of the whole thing. I'm trying to think. There wasn't a ton of new info shared. Like obviously we saw like a bunch of gameplay implications, and I'll go over that in like the gameplay video and stuff. But like there really weren't any new reveals. There's just the stage and then the Kappa Juice teaser thing. So really, I mean, we're just kind of waiting for a closed beta at this point. Like there might be a little bit of news before then. Maybe they fully show off Zon. I'm not even sure if they will. Draggles tweeted something along the lines of like they're going to be like much more active in the next month as they're like ramping up to like quote unquote launch. So yeah, really interesting to see what we get in the next month or so. We're kind of in the home stretch here, so I'm extremely like, it doesn't even feel real. Like I'm excited, but like I'm not. I think like once we're in the last like 2 weeks or 1 week, it's going to start to feel really real. But yeah, it's insane. Also, I'm just now realizing I didn't say how much I played the game. They had first to 10 setups and first to 3 setups at the booth. I played probably, I think, 4 first to 10s and I don't know, 10 plus sets of 3 on top of like the hour and a half recording time I had. So I definitely got a ton of reps in. The game feels like the best version of the game so far. Literally everybody I talked to agreed. Dev, attendee, people who played all the games, people or all the Alpha Labs, people who only played one. People who disliked changes before, who liked the changes before. Everybody seems to think this is like the best version of the game, which is great. And obviously there's like way more to explore. Like you'll see in some of the dev footage, there's combos that you see there that aren't shown on any of the streamed matches that I've seen so far. I need to fully recap on them, but and also, I'm not even going to pull the video up, but if you guys want to, there was a Chipotle Challenger showcase. I showed up for it briefly. Because I got called to go on. It was like a King of the Hill style. If you win up to 3 games, you get like a max prize. I got smoked basically in my one game I played. I think I landed like 1 combo. Did not play super hot. Tourney nerves got to me. Not even tourney nerves. Stream nerves just got to me. I saw in the chat people recognized me and stuff, and immediately it kind of locked up a little bit. So I got to hold that. That was pretty rough. Hopefully I'll put on a better show once closed beta hits. And I can be a bit more composed there. But yeah, it was definitely a sick weekend. I fucking had a blast. And speaking of closed beta, I don't know if you guys saw, we partnered with Force Block, a new org, to run Tuco Tuesday, which is going to be a 2XKO tournament. It is going to be a weekly Tuesday bracket. Week 1, I will be commentating, I believe with Soda Drum. I'm not sure. Don't call me on that. I'm commentating with someone week 1. We'll figure that out. But we'll be having announcements in the future. Like when we get Match Arena linked up, we're working on that now. Working on potentially getting a prize pool put together, depending if we hit a certain entrant count. So if you want to get on that early, go ahead. This is a pinned tweet on my Twitter. If you want to go there, or if you just want to go to start.gg/Tuco Tuesday. It's either Tuesday or Tuesdays, whatever. Go sign up. It's free to enter. Mixed bracket, so whether you want to be solo or duo, cool, go for it. You're all going to be in the same bracket. And hopefully see you guys there. I'm going to be trying to get some bigger players in there. Hopefully just dangle the carrot of like, hey, you could win the first tournament of closed beta. We'll see if that works. That would be really tight. I think outside of that, you guys, I don't know if you want to know about stuff outside of 2XKO. Just I'll leave you with my impressions of Invincible and Tokon. Tokon I didn't play because the line was so crazy, and there were so few setups. It was moving really slow, so I just didn't think it was really worth it when I could be either playing 2X or hanging out with people or watching matches, stuff like that. Invincible versus, I did play 2 or 3 sets. I think 3 sets, and that game's super fun. It doesn't have the new button layout that they're working on with the motion inputs and everything. But even still, I thought it was really fun, and it's even going to be better once we have that, and I can use my own controller with it. So definitely recommend. As a KI enjoyer, as a tag fighter enjoyer, that game seems really sick. I'm not going to lie. The IP, I don't know. Like, I haven't watched any Invincible stuff or read any of the comics or anything like that. So it's not something I'm stoked on that front. I think the premise is fine, like cool, like, but I'm purely excited for the gameplay, the fact that it's KI devs and it has some roots in that. So definitely recommend checking it out, and hopefully it gets a beta soon because I know Tokon has one. That would be tight. But yeah, either way, we're basically a month away from this game. In 3 days, it'll be a month. So lock in. We got closed beta coming. Any news that drops between now and then, keep an eye out. Maybe keep an eye out on like Rain's YouTube. I don't know. That'd be smart. Shout out Rain and shout out Bruiser Minion again, homies. But yeah, I will catch you guys soon when I post the gameplay stuff. I'm not sure if I'm going to talk over it or not. I might post just raw footage. I might go over it on stream or something. Maybe that's the move, because we have the camera and mic audio, and it'd probably be good to get the insight from the devs so we can remember what exactly they're showing at different times. So I'll work on that. Just keep an eye on my socials and you'll see when we're posting that. Yeah, if you made it this far, you're the GOAT. I appreciate you. And if you want to drop a sub, a like, I would super appreciate that. Yeah, it's Tuco time, baby. We're here. We're in the home stretch. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.